Hi everyone, I'm Sarah at Childhood Finds. Thank you for joining me for another weekly What Sold video. Today, things continue to be very up and down on eBay. My sales are a little bit improved from last week, so that's really all I can ask for. I am really focusing on being consistent on listing and cross-listing, and I know that's helping. That's a big part of it, is keeping consistent. So sales are improving, still not amazing, but they're improving. I did have a few sales I was able to go to this weekend with my partner, and that was fun. It was very last minute, found him, very late the night before and decided to go out. So it was really awesome to be able to go to a couple sales because it is getting a little bit warmer here. It's still not gonna be prime garage sale season for a bit, but we were able to go out and get some decent amount of stuff. You can see there's some piles next to me. I'm going to be doing a haul video right after this. It's not going to be anything super amazing in the haul video, but it'll be just fun to share the first finds of the year and hopefully lead to many more. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this what sold. I will be doing next week another one of my how much I'm profiting. I'm considering doing a two-part video and showing you everything I sold that week and giving you a grand total of how much I took home that week. I thought that might be valuable to some. If not, I'll probably do it just like I did the last one where I picked 25 or so random items to share with you. But I thought it might be interesting for some people to see everything that's selling and how much I'm really making being a full-time reseller. And I'll do it whether I have really good sales or really bad sales. So whatever happens will happen. So we'll see how I do that one, but I'm going to be showing the profits again. Other than that, those are just a couple of videos that are in the pipeline. We're going to go ahead and get started on our very much so bread and butter sales of this last week. Okay, a lot of stuff in here is going to be stuff you have seen on past videos if you've watched my videos, but it's what's selling for me, and I like to share it with you on occasion just so you can see that it does consistently sell. So they are good things to pick up if you find them. I did want to say, if, as typical, I would love for you to share in the comments either how your sales are doing, or you can let me know what your favorite item was you sold this week, or your favorite item you picked up. Anything fun that happened in your reselling world this week, if you're a reseller or sourcing, whatever that may be. And if you're not, if you want to share, if you liked any of my sales, any of the items you thought were neat, go ahead and share that in the comments too. So the first one we're starting with is Antique Victorian Walnut Deep Well Oval Frame with Fashion Print. Fits 8 by 10. I sold this one for best offer of $40. So these frames in general, if they have the gold gilt inner rim, I tend to sell them for $45 without even the glass, but it does take a while to get that price. So I went ahead and took this price because sales are a little slow and it would be nice to get the momentum. But I typically sell these frames from $35 to $45. If there's something really special inside, that would very much so change it, but typically that's the range. And that one I have $3 into from my frame buy. This I picked up for $1 at a thrift store, and it's Elegant Baby Fox Lovey Security Blanket Plush Stuffed Animal. I sold this in, I think, a day or two, and it sold for $12.95. This one, I only saw new ones listed. There weren't very many, so I just priced a good amount under it, and it sold very quickly. This is a set of Orleans Silver ORL 46 is actually what I found when I went to replacements.com. So replacements.com can be helpful if you're a flatware seller to find patterns and, research a little bit. So that's something to consider. I will try to do maybe a video on flatware in the future because it is something I really am focusing on a lot. So it might be helpful for some if they want to get into it, but that's where that came from, is the replacements.com. And this is stainless Korea lot of 4 salad forks replacements. There wasn't really any precedent of these selling broken up in the set, but they sold, and it took a couple months. I believe I've had these listed a couple months. I picked them up in a bag, a gallon bag, for $10, and so I maybe have 50 cents to $1 into this lot, and they sold for $10.95. This was not a great buy, but I made money. This was new Wrangler men's cowboy cut 4034 Pro Rodeo original fit jeans. I ended up taking a best offer of $25. I paid $10 in a thrift stores for these, but they sold within a week. So I'm really not unhappy with that profit. They were super easy to list, pack, and ship. So I'm not unhappy with that profit, but it's not the best. This is a Disney Sweet Shop Piglet Winnie the Pooh Sundae Scoop Plush Ice Cream Bowl, 10 inches. This is a pretty uncommon one that I found, and it sold for the full asking of $21.95 in about a week or so. I picked this up at a local thrift store, and it was 75 cents. And yeah, here's a quick little sale. Here's another plush I picked up the same day as the other one, the one previously. So I paid 75 cents for this one, and it's a Raspberry Plush Pink Zodiac Taurus Bull Star Scopes Teddy Bear, 10 inches. And it sold for the full asking of the $20. And again, very quickly, within about a week. This I've had listed for quite a long time. I picked this up at an estate sale last February in 2023. And it's a Rouge Wooden Swiss music jewelry box, the Anniversary Waltz Works Mandolin Reed. And it wasn't in perfect condition cosmetically, is what I put in the description. I took a best offer of $16. It wasn't very big, but it did take over a year to sell, but I only paid $1 for it. So not a bad return. And yes, I did do a video. I love doing videos, guys. It's always helpful to have for just to help you and the buyer. This, I sold 3 of these to the same buyer. They came and bought all of them, made me an offer. And it's Fiesta Wear Taper Mug in Poppy Orange, 4-inch Fiesta Homer Laughlin. And I took a best offer, I believe it was $23.10, right around there. And they lived nearby, so it was cheap to ship, and I was able to use a priority box. So that was a nice, really easy mug sale. And I got these in an online auction lot of Fiesta. It wasn't a great home run buy, but it definitely had some bread and butter stuff and a couple good pieces in it. And I've definitely made my money already on one piece I sold. I paid $20 for the lot, so I probably have about $1.50 into the 3 mugs. This is a Lacoste size XL yellow 100% acrylic V-neck pullover sweater made in the USA, and it sold for full asking of $18.95. I paid $1 for this at a local estate sale that I went to with my mother-in-law a few weekends ago, and it sold, yeah, very quickly. Here's another one that you guys have seen before. Hammered copper hardware cabinet door hinge, vintage set of 8, no screws. Sold for full asking of $17.95. I hope I find more of these this year. They are just a delightful little every once in a while sale. Nice bread and butter. Don't take up a lot of space. I love the hardware. So I have maybe 50 cents to $1 at most in this lot because I picked up, it was a tin at a yard sale, and they wanted, I believe, $15 for the tin, and I think I made 8 to 10 lots out of that tin, which was awesome. And these took a few months to sell. These I had listed, or I had sitting in the death pile, got them free at an estate sale my mother-in-law and I went to, and I picked up a handful of vintage glasses, and this one I finally listed it, sold in a couple days on a best offer. It's Eagle Eyes Aviator Sunglasses, 10019, Explorer Gunmetal Amber lenses, best offer of $20. Since they were free, I was happy to take an offer of $20. Free into 20 is great. This is a Decor Potbelly Raccoon Plush 14-inch stuffed animal. I like picking up the Potbelly Decor Plush. They tend to sell pretty well and pretty quickly, I have found. He did sell for full asking of $24.95. And fun thing about him is when I got him at the thrift store, he was actually wearing a little shirt with some pins on it. And I realized I could sell the pins, so I took those off of him and sold him for $25. And then these pins I'm going to show you next, I sold as well, that came off of him, and they are Indian motorcycle pins, lot of 2, 1901 vintage biker button for lapel hat jacket. Keywords, just fill it with keywords. And those sold for full asking of $12, and so I believe he was $2.99, I believe is how much he was. So I turned that $2.99 into $25 for him and $12 for this, so 37 bucks. I can't complain. So that's why sometimes piecing out and keeping your eye out open for other stuff is great. And this picture's not great. I know it's not, guys. And yeah, it took a week or two to sell. This I picked up at a thrift store, and it's Forever Friends Original Very Cute Bear 16-inch Hallmark Stuffed Plush Gift Pouch. I couldn't find really any precedent of this specific bear selling, but I could tell these, I believe it's the Forever Friends, there's a few of them. So I kind of priced it around the area that those were selling, but in a slightly higher range, because he was in great shape, had his tag and everything. So I priced him up a little bit when I took into account what other ones like him were selling for. And I sold him for $28.95 within, I'd say it's been 2 weeks that he's been listed or so. And I paid $3 for him at a thrift store. If you think it would be helpful, I'm considering making a video about how I price some different items. I have lots of different video ideas in my head, so I'm thinking about doing one about how I price and why I price that way. And if you think that might be helpful, put that down in the comments for me. But I have lots of different videos in my head for down the pipeline. And this one is a great find. I was super excited about him. I paid $1.99 for it, and it's a Rattlesnake, a large coiled snake coffee mug with open mouth and fangs. Read. There is some I think they were more manufacturer flaws, not really actual flaws, but I just pointed them out because I'm going to point out everything to a buyer. I'm going to be 100% transparent with them. He sold for the full asking of $80, and I picked him up for the $2 at a thrift store, and he sold within the week. And this is when it definitely does pay. I also looked, so I used Terapeak and WorthPoint to kind of help me price him, and I priced him up past the previous sold because there is none available, and he still sold very fast. And I just picked this up for 99 cents at a Goodwill, and it's a Disney Winnie the Pooh Tigger Peppermint White Red Christmas plush. No tags. He didn't have any tush tag, nothing on him. And Google Lens didn't pull him up, so I definitely had to search a little bit to kind of find an idea for him. But he sold on a best offer of $12.50. It's between $12 and $13. I can't quite remember, but I think it was $12. And I paid the 99 cents for him. This, my mother-in-law picked it up in just a pile of jewelry. I'm pretty sure this came in, I believe I know which pile this came in. And it actually came in, if you've watched my videos, it came in the jewelry box. So she picked up that jewelry box I sold for really good money, the casket one, and had a bunch of jewelry kind of thrown in with it. And so I have maybe $1 into this. And it's a Mexico sterling silver 925 ring with heart-shaped turquoise size 8.75 vintage. And this, I just wanted to show you my measurements so you can see them. It's right at that 8.75. So I do really like the ring sizer. That's been a game changer for doing rings. I haven't done many, but it was really cheap to get, so it really helped me out. Yeah, I think I paid $10 for a whole little, 10 or less for a whole little setup of ring sizing. So even though I don't sell them a lot, it makes it so I can sell them. Because I literally, when I was selling them before, I said, it's smaller than a 9 because I know I'm a 9. I mean, guys, that's not the way to do it, but it did it. So don't do that. That's not great. So the ring sizer is definitely worth it. And this is a Wagner Ware Sydney cast iron Dutch oven with lid, 1268A. Read. I just put all in the description. You know, it's probably gonna need to be reseasoned, cleaned, etc. I did some light cleaning on it, but I'm not a professional at these. I don't want to risk messing anything up, so I just did some very light, non-abrasive cleaning on this pot, and it sold for a best offer of $80, and I picked this up at a yard sale for $5. This is a MacArthur Study Bible, and it's a hardcover English Standard Version from 2010. I sold it for full asking of $26.95, and I picked this up for $1.99 at a thrift store, and it sold within a week or two. This has been listed for probably 5 to 6 months. We picked this up at a yard sale this summer, and it's a red Cherokee small scrubs workwear professionals maternity mock wrap top, and sold for full asking of $19. I paid $1 for it, so I don't mind that it took a while. This is, I think, the very last piece. I did a little Il Maquillage buy where I bought a box full of the makeup, and this, I think, is the last piece to sell. And it's Il Maquillage Powder Foundation Golden Tan, 0.38 ounces, sold for full asking of $24.95, and I had $1 into it. This piece took the longest, probably 5-6 months since I got that lot. This picture kind of stinks, but it's a signed Sabona London copper cuff bracelet made in England, vintage. Best offer of $12. Got it in that same lot that I got the Mexico sterling ring. And yeah, so about $1 into it or less. These guys really cute. Paid $3 for him at a yard sale, and it's a Monterey Bay Aquarium plush sea otter, mom and baby stuffed animal, brown, 19-inch with tag. Otters are so cute, guys. Cutest things ever. So this one I'm going to be showing you 3 of them, but I actually took an offer for 7 different ones. I think all the ones I have of these left. And in that offer, it was $82 for 7. So really good. It was all $11 and $12 offers, and then I offered combined shipping to the buyer, and they paid. I am more than happy for that because I have about a quarter into each of these. So it's Giovanni, signed rose flower brooch pin, silver tone, black leaves, original box. They're not anything super special in the brooch world, but if I can turn 25 cents into $12, done. Absolutely. When it takes up no space, 100% count me in. So out of the 7, I've got about $1.75 into them, into the 82. So I just want to show you 2 other ones. This is just gold tone red, original box, and then one more. And this is a signed rose brooch pin, gold tone white green, original box. Nothing special in the titles, but I sold 7 of those to the same buyer. Next, we have the last of my yarn buy, and that's Loops and Threads. Loops, oh, I used loops twice. I hate that. Okay. Loops, Boogles. Yarn, 16.4 yards each. Color Sea Salt, and a lot of 5. Sold for a best offer of $25 on Poshmark, which I am just very happy with. Easily can throw this in a free priority box. And I have, I'd say, about $1 into each. So this is probably 5 into 20 after fees on Poshmark. And one more, I have actually sold, I think, 4 Loveys in the last couple weeks on Poshmark. So guys, even if it's below £1, it's worth listing, because I was surprised, because this I could sell for 8 ounce or under on my other platforms and give cheaper shipping, but I've sold 4 Loveys in the last 2 weeks, and I've been very surprised by that. So that's why I cross-list 90% of my stuff onto Poshmark. And it's a Cloud Island brown sloth baby blue white security blanket lovey plush satin, $11 best offer. I'm not rich, but I paid 50 cents for it. And I again throw this into a free priority padded mailer because of the Poshmark shipping. Then I just have a couple Mercari sales for you. This is an Indiana metal craft bluegrass brass belt buckle moonshine hound dog fiddle. And this sold for $11.95, the full asking. I'd actually had this listed for 6 months or so on eBay. Finally cross-listed it, and it sold within the hour on Mercari. So it does pay to cross-list. That's why I keep pushing myself to do it, even though it really only accounts for maybe 5 to 10% of my business. Hopefully I can increase that. And I have about $1 into this. And then just 2 more small Mercari sales. I paid $1 for this at a thrift store, and it's a pink Snoopy Hallmark 7-inch plush Valentine's 2022 stuffed animal peanuts beagle. Can't talk today. Peanuts beagle. It's Sunday. Typically I just do YouTube on Sunday and tend to not do other stuff, so my brain stops. And yeah, pick this up for $1. It is very cute. It's just a little petite guy. Very cute with his tag. And my last one, a pony. I do still have some ponies left, guys, but not a lot. Considering how many I bought that day, over 100 plus, I don't have many left. And this is a My Little Pony Generation 3 Giggle Bean Easter Holiday Pony Target exclusive, sold for a best offer of $11.25 on Mercari. And I have 51 cents into each of my ponies from that buy. And that is all I have to share with you this week. I know it was nothing super exciting, but there's a couple decent sales in there. And just to show you that, you know, the smaller sales all do add up. I just barely am probably going to hit my money goal that I want this week. So I have a profit goal that I try to hit each week. I have multiple goals. I have a item listing goal, and I have a item value listing goal, as well as how much I want to profit each week. So the goals, they're just kind of a baseline, because some weeks are going to be worse than others, but they help keep me motivated to keep growing and doing the work that I need to continue this. So thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video, as always.